What does perfect even mean? Is there even such a thing? Ooh, can we switch up all the rules and imagine a utopia?
As we said. Hello, everyone. So
Hello.
my name is François. This is Salomé. Super happy to be here today. We have around 20 minutes, right? 25 minutes? Okay, so I haven't seen the full presentation before because I just arrived, but it sounded very technical. So we're going to try to be a bit less technical. It's going to be a data presentation without much numbers. You'll see it's a new concept. So first of all, where do we click here? There you go. So let me introduce you a little bit to Younited. Today, so at the end of the presentation first, you're going to see Salomé sharing a framework, collaborative framework that you will want to take as a picture. So you'll see this is really, I think, one of the main takeaways of the presentation today. But first of all, Younited, we are a credit institution. We provide personal loans to everybody who wants loans via payment and other methodology in Europe, France, Italy, Spain, and Portugal. Which is key is that we have a mission which is to help people get better financially. Okay, so we don't provide loans if you can't reimburse it. We are around 500 people, and you can see the other numbers here. This is pretty much the only numbers you're going to see during that presentation today. So the goal of today is not to explain the detail of different AI models. It's more to explain how we come to use them at Younited, how we collaborate with different teams, mainly data science team, engineers, business team, operation teams, and to explain a little bit the dynamic, because it's not always the same according to any projects. So, again, some context. What we do at Younited, because we're gonna talk a bit about banking and credit. So we're not gonna become experts in 20 minutes, but I still need to give a bit of context of what we do. The first thing you see on the top left is Younited Credit. It's basically you go on a website, you say you want to borrow 20,000 euros. We're going to do a solvency analysis on you, and maybe we'll give you the money, maybe not. It depends on your profile, but that's what we do. This is our core product. This product, we've been working for the past few years to make it the most, I would say, regulated and seamless experience at the same time. So you'll see this is an automated instant credit, which means that the decision is made automatically within a few minutes. And it's not just like a decision and then you have to wait 24 hours, 48 hours for confirmation. It's a final decision we can make in a few minutes with the use of data and with the use of what we call open banking. We've moved to Younited Pay, which is the same thing in-store. Instant decision is key because you're in front of the checkout. And then we also use the data to give advice to users, anybody who comes to our website, to have personalized recommendations on what they can do to optimize their finance and their budget. Finally, we launched a Younited Care, which is contextual insurance for the same users who come to our platform. So that's it about Younited. Now let's go to the nitty-gritty stuff of what we do. So what you see on the screen is a very simplistic way of providing credits to users. You have typical stages. This is really kind of public stuff here. This is really regular stuff. We do that most of the time, but depending on the context. So this is just a high-level example. For the story, I came 4 years ago to Younited, and coming from other industries, building airplanes, shipbuildings, I thought doing a credit and a few screens should be quite easy. And I was wrong. It's extremely difficult. There are so many stars that need to align, technically speaking, in order to go all the way through this credit application for users, that it requires a lot of technology, a lot of project management, a lot of stability and coherence in what we do. So you see that in every stage, we use AI, different types of AI. We can use machine learning, we can use GenAI, we can use other types of deep learning, for instance. But we have one thing in common here is we want to make sure that each AI project impacts business impacts, okay? This is super important. Business impact can be increasing revenue, decreasing cost. It could be also optimizing customer satisfaction, which is also a business impact per se. It depends, but we want to make sure each project really relies and ties to this. So we're going to walk you through 4 simple use cases on how we collaborate between teams on some difficult challenges during this customer journey using AI. So I'll deep dive.
So building AI product is like a new gold rush everywhere, and Younited is no exception. It's a race where the plan doesn't always match reality, and reality itself is constantly evolving. And as we step into this new era, the collaboration between product, data, and tech team is becoming crucial in harnessing the power of AI to turn data into gold. During our collaboration journey, we encountered different types of obstacles, as multifaceted as they were challenging. Our first issue can be the differences in timelines and paces. Data teams, meticulous cartographers charting the intricate landscapes of data, require ample time to ensure accuracy and precision, while product teams, quick-moving pioneers racing against times to meet market demands, operate on a different schedule. And this discrepancy in time can lead to unmet expectations and missed deadlines. Another challenge lies in how we perceive value. Data teams see value in precision and predictive power, while product teams focus on user satisfaction and business impact. And these diversions can lead to a sense of misunderstanding where each team feels their contributions are underappreciated by the other. Another challenge, prioritizing AI product. We often get stuck. We need business impact to prioritize, but we also need the model to assess the impact, and we need to prioritize to start the model. AI brings longer learning curves. We don't always know how the model will behave on production. We test it, learning as we go. The traditional product development follows some well-known structured phases, design thinking, user testing, and these conventional processes are the ones who are being challenged here. So AI product development is inherently different. So the cumulative effect of all these challenges can result in inefficiencies. When teams work in silos, the potential of data and product innovation is wasted. So how are we approaching it at Younited? We work on the collaborative framework to structure as we scale AI product like everyone in the room. But we won't go straight forward this framework. Instead, we will walk you through 4 case studies to share you our key learnings.
Okay, so I'll do the first 2, and Salomé will take the 2 after. First case study, super simple. She gave me the easy ones. Okay, so this way it's easier. Open banking categorization. So what does that mean? In 2 minutes to explain this. It's not about the technology, but it's a very collaborative example and case study. When you do open banking, you receive transactions electronically from your customers, okay, like your banking statement, and you receive hundreds and hundreds of transactions. Overall, for us, it's billions of transactions we receive. We need to know and label them correctly. We need to know that each transaction, corresponds to a specific amount. Is it a revenue? Is it an expense? Is it something recurring? Is it something alarming or things like this? To do that, we have to use, and we chose to use a collaboration between 3 different teams: the data science team, business experts team, and technology team. It's very important because the data science team and the business experts, they will be able to use machine learning and also test expert rule-based algorithm to really assess and label those transactions that we can then use to do our scoring algorithm. But then what we do is we reinforce our backend system with analysts who come and do picking to be able to update the model with new information. Those models and those transactions, they're changing all the time. So you might see on your phone, it's super difficult sometimes to find your own transaction for yourself, even though you have your own context of yourself. So you know where you were 2 days ago, so you can kind of find out. But this has to be doing that alone. So we have to have a training model of 1 million transactions with 3 users doing it. We can automate that as much as possible, also doing, if we want, a bit of GenAI to accelerate that training set. But overall, what you need to remember on this one, super collaboration between different team, data science, technology, and business experts team. So this is the first part of what we do. And we're talking about hundreds of millions of transactions we have categorized this way. The second mini case study is about what comes after, scoring. So once you know the income and all that for your users, you will use different aspects of your user journey and the context. This is what we call the scorecard. Those are just examples. No, it's not like proprietary to Younited. This is just example to show you how it works. And then you will create some kind of a score. On this score will be a pricing attached to it, and also you will also be able to evaluate your under risk assessment, for the portfolio that you sell as Younited. The key on this one is the opposite of the previous case study. We use machine learning, very simple machine learning in a way, compared to other models. One expert, it's called logical regression. And a few weeks ago, the data science team came to present to us at the Ecomex, and it was quite interesting. They were saying, okay, we've explored other things. We explore using more advanced technique. Maybe GenAI, we could, or maybe more advanced machine learning, deep learning stuff, like the random forest and multiple experts choosing, voting between them and stuff like this, to see if we could do a better job. The answer was no. We prefer to use this more, I would say, robust, simple approach in the scoring system, and sometimes this brings better result. And it's also more, I would say, easier to interpret and to understand how we came to that conclusion when we do a score analysis, which is very important when we do banking and credit in general. So the moral of this story, this one here, is first of all, don't be blinded by the hype of like, we need to use GenAI for everything. It's not the case. Sometimes a simple algorithm, or I would say an approach that you've been using for years. At Younited, we've been doing that since almost 8 years now, to use this machine learning for underwriting. So this is really, really important. And the second moral of that story is to empower the data science team. It's one team alone. Just trust them. They'll do what they have to do to make it work. We don't have to have multiple teams working together and create frictions or bottlenecks. One team was enough. Okay, so that was case study number 2. Let's go to number 3. I give you this.
At Younited, one of our biggest challenges is to quickly and efficiently verifying the document our clients send us. Before, we did this manually, leading to long processing time, a heavy workload, and the risk of human errors. So we decided to use Google Document AI OCR model, a deep learning model that we have fine-tuned and trained on our own document to boost its statistical performance. This model doesn't just read the text. It understands the structure of the document, automatically extract the key information, net salaries, bonuses, and more, and validates it in real time. We started with payslip, but it works on many other documents. And here's the exciting part. This model adapts to the different payslip formats across various administrations. It reaches an impressive 90% extraction rate on valid document. But here's the point I want to focus on now. The real value doesn't lie on the model itself, but in the way we built it together. This project required a tight collaboration between data, tech, business experts, and product team. And let me tell you, we hit a roadblock: data annotation. At first, we thought that business experts would be the best at annotating. But surprise, we finally found that automatic annotation gave us the best result. And after trying different approaches, we finally discovered that one single data science expert handling all the annotation boosted the model's performance. So we learned that sometimes when there are not too many annotations to make, it's better to have one single annotator rather than several expert ones for consistency. So it was not about applying technology. It was about testing and learning along the way. You have to embrace the power of play. Experimentation must be at the cornerstone of your innovation. And this is the mindset we take with AI product development in Younited. We test our assumption, we explore the possibilities, and we learn constantly. This mindset made all the difference. At the end, we didn't just create a technical solution. We created a tool that meets business need, reduces processing time, increases accuracy, and exceeds customer expectation. We also want to work smarter and faster, empowering our team to focus on high-impact tasks. And in this quest for efficiency, we saw the opportunity to improve our customer service operation thanks to GenAI. So, building on our strong customer processes, we integrated 4 advanced GenAI features into our ticketing system. We introduced automatic response suggestion to reduce the reply time. We developed interaction summaries for our team to have each request context. We also added contact reason detection for better categorization, along with dissatisfaction and financial vulnerability detection for our agents to focus better on our at-risk customers. And the results are powerful. We consequently decreased average handling time on our tickets, leading to operational efficiency, cost saving, and also ops team satisfaction. Let's be real, once again, annotation was a challenge from the start, but despite this hurdle, the project was a great success. Why? Because what truly set us apart was our commitment from the start to break down silos. The project succeeded because of the relentless collaboration of our team, data scientists, MLOps, product managers, software engineers, business experts, who all came together and brought something unique to the table, creating a unique synergy. We kicked off this project with a hackathon, and cross-functional team came along together to brainstorm on challenges and explore potential solutions. This step acted as the spark to ignite our innovation and give the project the momentum it needed. And after that, we implemented a structured proof of concept who enabled us to test our ideas in a controlled environment before scaling them. All along, we hosted some cross-functional workshops in order to ensure a continuous feedback. So what have we learned? Collaboration is king. You need to break down silos if you want your project to succeed. And this project didn't just elevate our customer service operation, it paved the way for a unique mindset and command language in order to develop GenAI product in Younited. So that was our 4 case studies, but we know that our case studies are unique to us, so we wanted to share with you something more universal, that any company building AI product can apply. The first thing to acknowledge is that AI product development cycle is inherently different from traditional software engineering. Let's take this software engineering development cycle. Granted, this is extremely satisfied for the sake of illustration, but let's look at this. The AI product development cycle, with its focus on data-centric approaches, iterative model learning, and its unique deployment challenges, requires collaboration from across more teams and requires more deliverables than the traditional cycle. We won't deep dive into the many differences of these 2 cycles, but here they are on the slide. We just have to know that they are real and they matter. Let's look at just one example, the maintenance. With software engineering, it's about fixing bugs, adding new features, updating backend systems. With AI product development, let's take, for example, the example of a customer service agent. This phase is crucial. You have to continuously collect new user interaction in order to retrain your model and to improve its response, and also to ensure its accuracy and that it remains unbiased. And when, for example, the customer service agents start to perform badly on a new type of query, you have to ask your team to gather more examples of this query, label them, and retrain your model if you want your performance model to succeed. So this added complexity requires a different approach. And at Younited, after years of experimenting building AI product, we have built our own collaborative framework to structure and to accelerate work on AI. So once again, we won't deep dive in the slide today. It's very complex and it's not the point, but feel free to snap a picture and we can discuss this after. The main message is that this type of collaborative framework, you have to build it within your company. Why? Because it will prevent you from making some errors or missing some milestone. And as a data product manager, I wish I did it from the start. So now it's your turn.
Okay, so this is the last slide. And for those who know me a little bit, I don't really like frameworks. Usually or at least I really apply them to our company. This one is coming from our company that we give to you. It's up to you to take it and apply or not, or get some insights from it. The conclusion is very, I think, it's very simple. We've seen it through the presentation with Salomé's cases. First thing is we know AI. It's not just a tech; it's a collaborative efforts, and this is what we see. Not all the same team are working on the same AI project. It's not like a rigid structure. So for us, it took a while to actually realize that. It was not something that came out of the blue. We had a data science team, a data analytics team, and we thought we were all going to do the same thing. But no, we adapt, and it's not the same stakeholders. It's not the same way of working. The second thing, it's a learning process. We love in the product team to know, and do a nice discovery and really be super sure of what the impact we're going to have on what we deliver. It's harder with the AI. We have a conviction, we have instinct, we have some proof that something can be done, but it's prospective. We're going to discover things. So we have to launch a project, maybe put boundaries on it, make sure we don't spend too much time if it doesn't work, but really embrace the fact that this is going to be iterative, you're going to learn and stuff. You all know that, of course, but your company's processes might not. So this is where you need to adapt. The way at Younited we do release management and delivery and stuff, sometimes it's not really well suited for this, so we'll have to adapt it. And the last is also not forget that we're not a research center. So every single AI project has to bring money or to have an impact on the company. I think it's super important to keep in mind from the get-go, okay? Understand what is it that you want to measure, what are the KPI you want to impact, and how you want to move the needle on those. I think is super important. So it might sound obvious. It is obvious, actually. It's super simple. But this is some of the learnings that we have and we keep in mind at Younited on AI. So I don't know if we have any question or time for question. Maybe not. Maybe yes. Okay, applause time. Okay, thank you.
I have a